I didn't know we were on yet. Are we on there? Okay. Anyhow, we are going to be starting in about 2 minutes because we have to do what Broadway does. You know, they never start on the minute. They start 5 minutes after every performance, and we're going to do the same thing. So I have 3 minutes. I don't dance, I don't sing anymore, so you just have to look at me. Everyone is mostly here. If you're not seated, would you please come in? This is like a home, we're family, and we all feel good about that. And I always say we're mishpacha, we're family, we love each other, and it's wonderful to see everyone. That is not on my notes. Okay, everyone. Good evening. My name is Ada Sutker-Rabinowitz, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to this evening of musical theater starring JOAN CURTO, accompanied by Beckie Menzie. It is, oh good, it's a good audience. It is my joy to chair this extraordinary event. These two ladies are truly special. The show will feature Broadway favorites that we all know and we all love. But before I introduce the entertainers, I would like to recognize a few people. Rabbi and Julie Weil, you can wave. Cantor Gail is on Zoom. President Ed Cohn, Ed, always standing in the back. Executive Director Jeanette Ziegler, Jeanette. Office staff Bill Gerber, he's still working. And at home, our Rabbi Emeritus, Neil Brief, he is on Zoom. I like this audience, you're great, because I didn't do anything. They are all important people to this congregation. And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I also want to thank those who were working here this evening. This committee is fantastic. Our technicians are wonderful. Lee Levin, and Larry Sklar is here. I just want to say we work as a team and it's always a joy. But now it's time to go on with the show. JOAN CURTO has appeared across the nation in concerts and clubs, but Chicago is her home. She was awarded the Chicago After Dark Award for Outstanding Cabaret Artist. The Chicago Tribune has praised JOAN's work, describing her as a seasoned interpreter who makes every note count. No wonder that NBC News called her a cabaret icon. Beckie Menzie also is a cabaret star in her own right. She too has received many awards. She is a well-known music director, songwriter, and talented arranger and accompanist. JOAN and Beckie have worked together for over 20 years. So as you can see, both are recognized as two of the top performers in Chicago. So now, it is my honor and my pleasure to present these fabulous women to this audience. JOAN and Beckie, you're on, babe.
Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway, the rumble of the subway train, the rattle of the taxi, the of old. Thank you so much for welcoming us here tonight. We are so happy to be here. And we have some friends that we know in the front row, but hopefully by the end of the show, we will all be friends. Tonight, we're singing some favorites from Broadway. So I like to make this kind of casual and interactive sometimes, and people can shout out. So somebody tell me, how many people have seen a show on Broadway? Oh my God, the entire audience? Wow, I think this is a first. So somebody shout out one of your favorite shows on Broadway. Les Mis, go ahead. My Fair Lady. Cabaret, Chicago. I just sang a song from 42nd Street. Kiss Me, Kate. Cole Porter. Kiss Me, Kate. I'm not, except for the 42nd Street, I'm not going to sing a song from any one of those shows. I'm kidding. I think I have a few of those in my book. For me, I love Broadway. I love musical theater. It is it's my passion and love. And it all started when I was 5 years old, and my parents took me to see Peter Pan. But it wasn't on a Broadway stage. It was in a little tent in a summer stock theater in Beach Haven, New Jersey. And the summer stock theater was called Surflight. And I later went on to work at Surflight when I was in my late teens, early 20s. But I still remember distinctly sitting there watching Peter Pan fly across that stage. And from that moment, my fate was sealed. I'm flying. Look at me, way up high. Suddenly, here am I'm flying. I'm flying. I can soar, I can weave, and what's more, I'm not even trying. High up and as light as I can be. I must be a sight lovely to see. you. So I know you all know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. Who was the original Peter Pan? I knew you'd know it. Mary Martin was the original Peter Pan. And when Mary Martin was first starting out on Broadway, you know, it took her 2 years to actually get cast in a show. She auditioned for everything and anything in New York, so much so that all of her friends called her Audition Mary, because there wasn't a part that she didn't try out for, and she didn't get any of them. Until finally, 2 years later, she was cast in a show called Leave It to Me. Now, I will tell you that a lot of Broadway shows came through Chicago on tour. And Leave It to Me came to Chicago in 1939, and it was at the Auditorium Theater. And it starred Mae West as their lead. And I actually found on eBay the original program from Leave It to Me at the Auditorium Theater with Mae West starring. And it's really fascinating to read the program. But the thing that I love the most about this program are the advertisements. You know, do you remember back in Chicago in those days that on Rush Street there was a music club on every block and there was a restaurant on every block? Well, Mae West would star in the show, Leave It to Me, and then after she finished the show, she would do a cabaret show. And here it is, an ad that she was doing a cabaret show at a place called the Colony Club on 744 Rush Street. And this is how boring we have become, because the shows that night were at 11:45 p.m. and 2:15 a.m. Hard to believe. We have gotten really boring. But the other thing I love about this program reading are the advertisements, because before the show at the Auditorium Theater, you could go, and don't ask me how they do this, don't ask me how they did it, but you could go get a flaming crater dinner. Now, this is what it would include. It would consist of your choice of 40 hors d'oeuvres, delicious soups, salads, desserts, chicken, duck chops, and Feltzer Brothers prize-winning steaks, the finest money can buy, including a glass of champagne, and don't ask me how they did it, all for $1.50. Don't ask me how they did it. So, Leave It to Me, when Mary Martin finally got cast in Leave It to Me, she was cast as the young ingenue, second banana, and she sang a song in the second act of that show that landed her on the cover of Time magazine. I used to fall in love with all those boys who more refined ladies, but now I tell each young gazelle to go to hell. Oops, I mean Hades. For since I've come to care for such a sweet millionaire, while tearing off a game of golf, I may make a play for the caddy, but when I do, I don't follow through, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. If I invite a boy some night to dine on my fine Finn and Hattie, I just adore his asking for more, but my heart belongs to Daddy. Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy, so I simply couldn't be bad. Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy. Dad, 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 dad. So I want to warn you, laddie, though I know you're perfectly swell, but my heart belongs to my daddy, 'cause my daddy, he treats it so well. Now one day, during rehearsal, Mae West went up to Mary Martin Martin, and it wasn't Mae West, it was Sophie Tucker. I made a mistake. Sophie Tucker went up to Mary Martin and said, "Mary, honey, do you have any idea what that song is about?" And Mary said, "Well, yes, of course I do." "Mary, do you know that your daddy, is it really your daddy?" "Oh." St. Patrick's Day, although I may be seen wearing green with a patty, I'm always sharp when playing the harp, 'cause my heart belongs to my daddy. Though other dames at football games may long for a strong undergraddie, I'm never seen making the team, 'cause my heart belongs to my daddy. Yes, my heart belongs to daddy. Bad? My heart belongs to daddy. Da 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 da. So I want to warn you, laddie, though I know you're perfectly so well, but my heart belongs to my daddy, 'cause my D-A-D-D-Y, he treats it so well. He treats it and treats it, and then he repeats it. My daddy, he treats it so well. That Mary Martin, she wasn't as sweet as she appeared to be. In 1929, Oscar Hammerstein and Jerome Kern were working on a show called Sweet Adelaide, and it starred Helen Morgan. Do you remember Helen Morgan? Yeah, some of you may. I think she was famous for singing the song, "Why Was I Born?" Well, they were in out-of-town tryouts, which was pretty common in those days, still is for Broadway shows, and they decided that they needed a second little number for the second banana to sing in the show. And Jerome Kern wrote the music, and he was waiting for Oscar Hammerstein to write the lyrics. But Oscar Hammerstein was taking too long working on Helen Morgan songs. And so he went to the second lead actress, Irene Franklin, and said to her, "Would you like to write your own lyrics to this song?" And she said, "Well, yes, Mr. Kern, I really would." And she did what any good second lead actress would do. She wrote herself a showstopper. There once lived a wonderful woman, a marvelous woman was she. She cooked like an angel, made all her own clothes, and for every morning this paragon rose. She played the piano and cello, and scrubbed up the kitchen each day. She sang like a dove, but she wasn't above taking in a refined washing, they say. She was my husband's first wife, my husband's first wife. She never was cranky. She jumped when you called, and the house ran on nothing at all. So he tells me My husband's first wife, my husband's first wife. She hated bicycling, it gave her no thrill. She never went out and she never was ill. And oh, how I wish the dear girl were here still. My husband's first wife, my husband's first wife, my husband's first wife. She sang as she brought up the coal every morn, and she mentioned vacations with scorn. So he tells me, my husband's first wife, my husband's first wife. The children were lovely, their shoes always hooked. They were born in the morning, but dinner was cooked. That's it. They were born in the morning, but dinner was cooked by my husband's first wife. This is who likes Oscar and Hammerstein? Or Rodgers and Hammerstein, I should say. Oscar Hammerstein Rodgers. What's your favorite show from Rodgers and Hammerstein? Oklahoma. This song is not from that. Anybody else? South Pacific, here you go. A song introduced by a character named Bloody Mary. Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Talk about the moon floating in the sky, looking like a lily on a lake. Talk about a bird learning how to fly, making all the music he can make. Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk. Talk about things you like to do. Got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Talk about a star looking like a toy, peeking through the branches of a tree. Talk about a girl, talk about a boy, counting all the ripples in the sea. Talk about things you'd like to do. You've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Talk about a boy saying to a girl, golly baby, I'm a lucky cuss. Talk about a girl saying to a boy, you and me is lucky to be yours. Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? If you don't talk happy and you never dream, you will never have a dream come true. Beckie Menzie. Where are we, Becky? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't really have to talk too much about what the last couple of years have been like for all of us, right? It's been strange, it's been scary, it's been so much unknown. And for people like Becky and I as entertainers, it was also scary to know if we would ever be able to entertain again. Nobody knew. And many people were worried about their jobs and how they were going to make money. And also, I think we can both agree, we missed making music so much. And I truly thought about giving up singing. I really thought maybe this is it. You know, I don't know if there's ever going to be another opportunity to sing. And it may sound overdramatic, but in those beginning days, boy, we really didn't know. And slowly, I've gotten back to singing because I honestly, well, to be honest, seeing people in the audience with smiles on their face is pretty darn hard to resist. This is a song written by Andrew Lloyd Webber, and it is from Sunset Boulevard. I don't know why I'm frightened. I know my way around here. The cardboard trees, the painted seas, the sound here. Yes, a world to rediscover, but I'm not in any hurry, and I need a moment. The whispered conversations in overcrowded hallways, the atmosphere is thrilling here as always. We'll have early morning madness, we'll have magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. I've spent so many mornings just trying to resist you. I'm trembling now, you can't know how I've missed you. Missed the fairy tale adventure in this ever-spinning playground. We were young together. I'm coming out of makeup, the lights already burning. Not long until the camera will start turning. We'll have early morning madness, we'll have magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. I don't want to be alone, that's all in the past. This world's waited long enough. I've come home at last, and this time will be bigger and brighter than you knew it. So watch me fly, we all know I can do it. Can I stop my hand from shaking? Has there ever been a moment with so much to live for? The whispered conversations in overcrowded hallways, the atmosphere as thrilling here as always. yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. We taught the world new ways to dream. Thank you. Thank you very much. We lost some people this last past year, and one of them is my all-time hero, Stephen Sondheim. I've done some shows dedicated to his music, quite a few, and I was recently part of the Ravinia concert because Stephen Sondheim wrote letters to so many of the people that wrote him or worked, did his works, performed his works, and so we featured thousands of letters that he wrote to people all over the world. And I can only tell you that I directed and produced a concert at the Auditorium Theater in 2019 for his 90th birthday. And during that, this chair just cracks me up. All you have to do is sit down on it and it goes down, and then it goes up. And during the preparation for that, I had the chance to have quite a bit of contact with Mr. Sondheim. And he was incredibly kind and incredibly generous to me in regard to the development of the show. And we invited him to come, and he wasn't able to come to the show because he had a rehearsal for West Side Story, a revival of West Side Story. But he said to me, "What I will do for you, Joan, is I will film a welcome to the audience on my iPhone." And a couple days later, I get an email with an iPhone video on it, and there he is with his speech welcoming the audience to the Auditorium Theater. So I sent him some gifts just to thank him. I sent him a book of historical theaters in America, which included pictures of the Auditorium Theater. And I also sent him a deluxe box of Vosges chocolates, truffles, which are Chicago made. That's a company that comes from Chicago. And he sent me a letter and he said, "Dear Joan, thank you for the gifts, both of which I intend to consume as soon as possible. Thanks so much, and if you have a recording, please send it to me. Love, Steve." I had graduated from Mr. Sondheim to Steve, and I was very happy about it. But I wanted to share with you the fact that he was so kind, so generous with his time and his information, and as you well know, and I'll use a word you're very familiar with, Mr. Sondheim was a complete mensch in all ways. And this is a song that he wrote for a show called A Little Night Music. And he said in one of his books, I don't know why one song becomes a hit and another song doesn't. I'm not sure why that is, but this song became his biggest hit. And in A Little Night Music, it's sung by the character Desiree. And Desiree, if you don't know the story, has reignited an affair with Frederick. And after they reunited after about 20 years. But Frederick is now married to a young girl named Anne. And Desiree is ready to commit. She finally knows that she wants him. And he comes to her and he says, "Desiree, when my eyes are closed, I love you. But my eyes are rarely closed. I'm sorry, Desiree, I shouldn't have come. Why flirt with rescue when one has no intention of being saved?" Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss. Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I thought opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my lines, no one is there. Don't you love farce? My fault, I fear. I thought that you'd want what I want. Sorry, my dear. And where are the clowns? Quick, send in the clowns. Don't bother, they're here. Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Losing my timing this late in my career. And where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe next year. Thank you. Thank you. How many people in here listen to Sirius Radio? Anybody? Yeah? Oh, great! I'm surprised. And do you listen? Any of you listen to the Broadway channel? Yes. So you're gonna love this story. I got a great story for you. And for those of you who don't know, the Broadway channel on Sirius Radio plays exactly what you think it would: Broadway show tunes. And there's a host on the Broadway channel by the name of Seth Rudetsky. And my sister's been bugging me for years to get in touch with Seth Rudetsky because we performed at the same summer stock theater, different years, of course, but Surflight Summer Theater, which I mentioned earlier. So anyway, I listen to it all the time, and I'm driving down the highway, and I'm listening to it, and I hear Seth Rudetsky come on, and he says, "Hey, I'm going to bring this Concert for America," which he and his husband have been producing, to Chicago. And I want you all to come. If you're from Chicago, come. And I slammed on my brakes and I said, "They're coming to Chicago? Oh my God, I have to be in that show." So I sent him an email through Twitter, because that's the only way I could figure out how to reach him. And I sent him an email and I said, I'm a performer in Chicago, and I love show tunes, and I listen to your radio station, and I'd love to be part of your show. I'll do anything, no matter how small. That's exactly what I heard back from him. Crickets, nothing. So I kind of forgot about it a little bit, and I'm driving down the highway again, and I hear him say, "Hey, Chicago, I'm coming to Chicago with the concert, and Concert for America, and I'm going to be at the Auditorium Theater." What? The Auditorium Theater? Well, I perform at the Auditorium Theater. So I wrote him again, and I said, "I perform at the Auditorium Theater. I will do anything to be in that show," because he brings all these big Broadway stars in, and I didn't care. I'd sing in the chorus. It made absolutely no difference to me, and I want to be part of your show. And P.S., I performed at the same summer stock theater as you, Surflight Summer Theater. Get back to me. 2 days later, I got an email from Seth Rudetsky who said, "Sure, you can be in the show. You can be in the opening and closing number." Fantastic! Like, I was so excited. I'm going to be in the opening and closing number of this show with all these Broadway stars. Great. So, getting ready to go to rehearsal in a couple of days, and I get an email from Seth Rudetsky, and he says, hey, would you sing backup for Melissa Manchester? Backup for Melissa Manchester? I pushed away from my computer and I said, Joan, don't cry out loud. And then the day before the concert, I get an email from him and he says, hey, would you sing backup for Cheetah Rivera? Backup for Cheetah Rivera, the Cheetah Rivera. Cheetah Rivera, who was in the original movie version of West Side Story. Cheetah Rivera, who played Nikki in my favorite childhood movie, Sweet Charity, where she, for days after seeing that movie, I walked around and sang, there's got to be some life better than this. There's got to be some good reason to live. That Cheetah Rivera? I answered him and I said, okay. The day of the show comes, I'm so excited. Cheetah Rivera comes to rehearsal. She is as lovely as can be, so friendly, kind, and warm. We're opening the show. The backup singers and Cheetah Rivera is opening the show. We get ready for the show. He says, backup singers on stage now. We all enter on stage. Seth Rudetsky comes out and he says, ladies and gentlemen, I want to open the show and introduce you to the one and only Cheetah Rivera. And Cheetah enters. Come on, babe, we're gonna paint the town. And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car. I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl, and all that jazz. I am quelling behind her. Slick your hair and wear your buckle shoes. And all that jazz, I hear that Father Dip is gonna blow the blues. And all that jazz, hold on, hon, we're gonna body hug. I bought some aspirin down at United Drug in case we shake apart and there's a brand new start to do that jazz. Okay, here comes my part. Oh, other people are singing with me too, but it's really mostly me. Oh, you're gonna see your Sheba shimmy shake now, Cheetah, and all that jazz now me. Oh, she'll shimmy till she feels her garters break, Cheetah, and all that jazz, all of us, show her where to park her girdle. Oh, her mother's blotted girdle if she hears her baby's queer, for all that jazz. Now, Cheetah does a dance break, and she's dancing in a circle, and she dances around to us. And as she comes around to us, the background singers, this is what we see. And then she turns back around to the audience. Bring it home, Becky. No, I'm no one's wife, and I love my life, and that jazz. Woo! This is an old, I did a Cole Porter show for many, many years, and I adore Cole Porter. I don't know if you know this, but Cole Porter did not have a hit song until he was 37 years old. Long time, right? He worked hard and hard and hard to do that. So he told Richard Rodgers when he was 37, I have discovered the secret to writing a hit song. I'm going to write Jewish tunes. And so the Episcopalian millionaire from Peru, Indiana, did just that. This is a song. If you listen to "My Heart Belongs to Daddy," you'll hear it. Da 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 da. This is a song that he wrote. It wasn't from a Broadway musical. It was featured in a movie, but you may recognize it. I have a beau. His name is Jim. He loves me. I love him. But he tells me I'm too prim. That means I'm too slow. I let him rant, I let him rave, I let him muss my permanent way. But when he says, let's misbehave, my reply is no. It's not that I couldn't, it's not that I wouldn't, and Lord knows it's not that I shouldn't. It's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town. My poor heart is aching to bring home the bacon, and if I'm alone and forsaken, it's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town. Though I'm more than willing to learn how these girls get money to burn. Every proposition I turn down, way down. It's not that I shouldn't, it's not that I wouldn't, and Lord knows it's not that I couldn't. It's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town. Nothing ever worries me, nothing ever hurries me. I take pleasure leisurely, even when I kiss. But when I kiss, they want some more. Wanting more is such a bore. It isn't worth the fighting for. So my reply is this: wouldn't, shouldn't. It's not that I could. It's simply because I don't even want to finish this song. 1941, Ira Gershwin and Kurt Weill wrote the music to Lady in the Dark, starring Gertrude Lawrence. And it introduced a young gentleman named Danny Kaye. And Lady in the Dark is a very, very convoluted show, so I won't go into the plot very much, except to tell you that Liza Elliott is the main character, and she's having a problem making a decision about whether to stay single or get married to her then currently married boss. He's married to another woman. This is her big decision. And so the whole show is about these sequences, and Danny Kaye plays the judge. And she's on trial for her inability to make a decision. And he goes through all of this, and at the end of his speech, he says, "Say, I like that music I'm hearing. Who wrote it?" Tchaikovsky. I love Russian. composers. There's Malichevsky, Rubinstein, Ehntjc, and Tchaikovsky, Sapelnikov, Dmitriev, Shorepin, and Krayanowski, Kadowski, Artie, Buchov, Moni, Yusko, Akimenko, Soloviev, Prokofiev, Tiomkin, Koroshenko. There's Glinka, Winkler, Bortnievsky, Rebachev, Ilyinsky. There's Medler, Balakirov, Zolotarov, and Koshinsky, and Sokolov, and Kopolov, Dukowski, and Klinovsky, and Shostakovich, Borodin, Glierin, Nowakovsky, and Lyadov, and Karganov, Markeyevich, Penchenko, and Dargomishchi, Skerbichov, Skriabin, Vasilenko, Stravinsky, Rimsky, Korsakov, Grzorsky, and Gretchanov, Glauzonov, and Cesar Kui, Kalinikov, Rachmaninoff, Rumshinsky, and Gretchanov, Rumshinsky, and Rachmaninoff. I really have to stop. The subject has been told to put enough. Hey! Now, who wants to sing along with me on that number? Come on, try. Have you ever heard it before? You have? So this is a true story. Danny Kaye was singing that song, and he was actually clocked one time and singing that song in 30 seconds. Isn't that amazing? Hit it, Becky. Ehntjc, Rubinstein, Ehntjc, and Tchaikovsky, Sapelnikov, Dmitriev, Shorepin, Krayanowski, Kadowski, Artie, Moni, Yusko, Akimenko, Soloviev, Prokofiev, Tiomkin, Koroshenko. There's Glinka, Viktor, Bortnievsky, Rebachev, Ilyinsky. There's Medler, Balakirov, Zolotarov, and Koshinsky, and Sokolov, and Kopolov, Dukowski, and Klinovsky, Shostakovich, Borodin, Glierin, Nowakovsky, and Lyadov, and Karganov, Markeyevich, Penchenko, Dargomishchi, Streberkov, Ryazny, Gasilenko, Stravinsky, Rimsky, Korsakov, Mazumsky, and Gretchanov, Glauzunov, and Cesar Kui, Kalinikov, Rachmaninoff, Stravinsky, and Gretchanov, Rumshinsky, and Rachmaninoff. I really have to stop. The subject has been told to put it up. Hey! All right, I know somebody was looking at their watch. Anybody? How long? 35? Okay, well, let's all sing it together now. This time, let's try and mean it. I'm kidding. That is Danny Kaye, wonderful Danny Kaye, Ira Gershwin. Oh yeah, okay. I'm a mother of 3 boys. I is right. You know, they say there's a special place in heaven. Anybody else have 3 boys? You do? And a girl too? Wait, was the girl number 4? Was the girl number 4 the 4th child? No. Okay, so 3 boys. Did I go out here? I think I did. Okay, let's not do it here. I don't have the girl. I wasn't brave enough to go for the 4th, but I have 3 boys. And when I was younger, I used to bring them to my rehearsals with me. They'd have their box of Matchbox cars, and they'd play along out here in the corridors while I was rehearsing plays and musicals. And I can still remember, I had 3 boys in 4 years, so they were all little at the same time, and my biggest dream and hope was that they would be able to get into the car by themselves. Well, they achieved that, I'm happy to say. Now they're all grown up, but this is a song from MAME, and every time I sing it, I think of my boys. Where's that boy with the bugle? My little love was always my big romance. Where's that boy with the bugle? And why did I ever buy him those damn long pants? Did he need a stronger hand? Did he need a lighter touch? Was I soft or was I tough? Did I give enough? Did I give too much? At the moment when he needed me, did I ever turn away? Would I be there when he called? If he walked into my life today? days a little dull? Were his nights a little wild? Did I overstate my plan? Did I stress the man and forget the child? And there must have been a million things that my heart forgot to say. Would I think of one or two if he walked into my life today? Should I blame the times I pampered him, or blame the times I bossed him? What a shame I never really found the boy before I lost him. Were the years a little fast? Was his world a little free? Was there too much of a crowd, all too lush and loud, and not enough of me? Oh, I'll ask myself my whole life long, what went wrong along the way? Would I make the same mistakes if he walked into my life today? If that boy with the bugle walked into my life today. Doesn't matter if you have girls or boys, you feel the same way about them, right? When they grow up. Where are we? Oh, I don't need this. So we got a couple more numbers, but before we leave you, I just want to say, first of all, a very special thank you to all of you for being here, to all of you on Zoom for watching and inviting us to celebrate with you. I want to say thank you, Ada Rabinowitz, so much for being such a wonderful help to me all along the way, and being so welcoming to us, to me, and Beckie. I can't forget my wonderful friends, Carla and Alan Price. If you know them, they are the best supporters of live music in the city of Chicago. I don't know how they do it, but they are amazing, and they come to everything. Thank you so much for giving them my name and inviting me to be here. And I really, truly cannot do it without this woman behind me. She's a miracle, isn't she? She's something else. Please help me thank Beckie Menzie. And our friends on Light and Sound, thank you so much back there in the booth. Thank you. I appreciate all of your help and patience today. Thank you. This is a Sondheim song as well, and this is from Follies. And after the last 3 years, I think we can all relate to it. Good times and bum times, I've seen them all, and my dear, you know it, I'm still here. Plush velvet sometimes, sometimes just pretzels and beer, but I'm here. I've stuffed the dailies in my shoes, strummed the ukuleles, sung the blues, seen all my dreams disappear, but I'm here. I slept in shanties, gift of the WPA, but I'm here. Danced in my scanties. $3 a night was the pay, but I'm here. I've stood on bread lines with the best. Watch while the headlines do the rest. In the Depression, was I depressed? Nowhere near. I met a big financier, and I'm here. Black sable one day, next day it goes into hock, but I'm here. Top billing Monday, Tuesday you're touring in stock, but I'm here. First you're another slow-eyed vamp, then someone's mother, then your camp, then you career from career to career. I'm almost through my memoirs and I'm here. I've got through Herbert and Jay and Hoover. Gee, that was fun and a half. When you've been through Herbert and Jay and Hoover, anything else is a laugh. I've been to Reno, I've been to Beverly Hills, and I'm here. Reefers and vino, rescue religion and pills, and I'm here. Then call up Pinko, commie tool. I got through it stinko by my pool. I should have gone to an acting school, that seems clear. Still, someone said she's sincere, so I'm here. I've got through, hey lady, orange oozes. Wow, what a looker you were. Or better yet, I'm sorry, I thought you were oozes. Whatever happened to her? Good times and bum times, I've seen them all, and my dear, I'm still here. Plush velvet sometimes, sometimes just pretzels and beer. But I'm here. I've run the gamut, A to Z. 3 cheers and damn it, say la vie. I got through all of last year, and I'm here. Lord knows at least I was there, and I'm here. Look who's here. I'm still here. Yeah, thank you. We're doing tomorrow. We're ending at that. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going to leave you with a song from Annie. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the year. Thank you again for having us here. And I love this song because it's, to me, a song of hope. And sing along if you know it. It won't bother me a single bit. I'd love to have the harmony and the company. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away. I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away. Thank you all. Be safe. Good night. Thank you.